understand what's the road ahead with Rohit Srivastava, who's joining us now, founder of Strike Money. Okay, so that's where the T-shirt is coming from. I understand the name of the company. Rohit, talk to us about how's the setup looking. Yesterday's big breakout on the higher side did not see any follow-up buying, at least in Bank Nifty today. But last 3-4 days, the small cap, mid caps are active again. Is the kind of mojo coming back there?
So I think it's slow and steady across the board. Every day we do see different sectors participating, but on an overall basis, I think the trend higher is slowly getting set for the market. So I think apart from wondering whether which sector will do better for the day, if we take a slightly longish view, you are going to see participation across the board. The only variation may be that within mid caps. The argument that you've also probably been hearing is between some more expensive stocks, less expensive stocks. And technically, we can filter that out by looking for, where are the divergences? If there are any loss of momentum on weekly charts or monthly charts, those are areas where we can sort of avoid certain stocks. But that doesn't mean that the mid cap and small cap space altogether is going to underperform. I think the outperformance of the broad market is something that we will likely see continue on a stock specific basis. So it should not be completely ruled out.
Okay, shouldn't be completely ruled out, but what's the view on the banking and the pharma index? Because that is what the talking point is. As Ajay was talking about, it's not sustaining for banking index, but pharma clearly doing quite well.
Yeah, so I think the last 2 days, I'll see it more as today's pullback, more as a consolidation, because it goes back into the range we were 2 days ago. But from the bottom end where we'd almost gone below 50,000, we are now sustaining slightly above 50,000. My daily momentum indicators are also bullish. We've done a sort of 50% retracement of the rally we saw after the elections, and which is a good retracement on a broad basis. So the trend higher, I think, has started. We should look at today's dip as another buying opportunity. You are seeing even others, like, for example, you mentioned NBFCs and private banks. Those are the ones I'm really spotting that will start participating in a bigger way, slowly and steadily. We did see a lot of individual stocks break out within that. And I think those are interesting trends. So it's not going to be only about PSU banks going forward from here. It is going to be participation of more of the financials. I think the next big hurdle for Bank Nifty is closer to around 51,960, which is around 61% retracement of the fall that we have seen from the July top. So we should be headed to that next, and only above that, then we will be able to set much higher levels.
What about this entire consumer space? FMCG stocks overall are doing well. Yesterday, commentary from Marico was good. Today, your Titan has come back at a time when there is so much talk of jewelry business getting over competitive with Senco and Kalyan, but their division is pretty okay. What do you think of the consumption names? Any category which comes up on your screen?
So there are 2-3 things which we do. We do a kind of a test, and we can do this on Strike as well. We essentially look at a custom back test, which means that whenever the market goes through a correction, like it was going through, say, in May before the elections, and we try to look at which sectors are outperforming during that. So, whatever holds out when the markets are falling, it's fair to believe that they will continue to outperform on the way up. So at that point of time, FMCG was one of the sectors that showed up. And we are clearly seeing a strong performance from the FMCG, even though short term, sometimes you get a pullback consolidation as we did in probably the early part of August. But once again, we are seeing the momentum pick up. There are 2 more sectors that came up in a more recent test. Like now that we have seen all this volatility around the yen carry trade and the Hindenburg reports. So I did a test. So between, say, July and August, this time period, last 1 month, or even if we take from the 1st August to 15th August, which are the sectors that are actually outperforming over these 15 days? And the answer is pharma and consumer durables. So again, completely different sectors from what we usually think of. Like I've myself been thinking that interest rate sensitives do well when bond yields come down, and we are still seeing that happen very slowly, like in banking and reality. But pharma has actually performed pretty well, and consumer durable stocks also attracting a lot of attention. So I think these are sectors that we should continue to focus on or remain overweight on, because they're actually showing performance even when the markets go down.
Okay, fair enough. Just taking stock of some of the big buzzers right now, and if I have it right on my screen, it is Century Textiles, which is up 9%. Nykaa has suddenly shot up quite smartly. There's a move of 8% there. PNB Housing, of course, there was that exit trade, which was, which worked out earlier in the day. So that stock is in focus. Just Style, Castrol India, Adani Wilmar. These are some of the other names which are fairly active. Just wanted to get a sense from you, regarding a couple of these names. If you track it, Rahul, Rohit, sorry, I beg your pardon. Century Textiles, Nykaa, PNB Housing.
So somebody did ask me about Nykaa this morning. So I did look at it, and it's an interesting chart because the weekly RMI or momentum indicator was essentially having a bullish signal. And on the daily chart, it is only giving a bullish crossover on today's move because it had been pulling back for quite a while. So that does give a sense that maybe, a fresh rally is starting in that stock, and it may be worth paying attention to. We can't really recommend anything to buy, but this is essentially our observation on the chart.
Okay, so interesting observation on Nykaa. Looks like it's perhaps a breakout candidate. Thanks so much, Rohit, for making time and speaking with us today. Really appreciate your time today. But we're talking.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.